In this video, we are going to see how to add a student to a course in Xperiencify on Razorpay payment. So let's say that you have created certain courses on Xperiencify, which is an online education platform. Now you want that through Razorpay, every time a payment is captured for that particular course, then automatically a student should be added here in Xperiencify for that course. Now, how can you do that? You will have to set up some integration between Razorpay and Xperiencify, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. So, every time payment is captured for a particular course in Razorpay, automatically a student would be added for that particular course in Xperiencify. And here your trigger application would be Razorpay and your action application would be Xperiencify. How can you do this yourself? Integrate and automate this entire process. To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and here we have reached the landing page. On the right hand side, you can see two tabs, sign in and sign up for free. So if you already have an account with us, simply sign in. Otherwise, sign up here. It won't take more than 2 minutes. And yes, at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. Now, since I already have an account, I'm simply going to click on sign in. And here we have reached the all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect. And here we have reached the dashboard of this application. On the right hand side, you can see a tab create workflow. Let's click on this. And another dialog box has appeared which is asking us to name this workflow. Here my objective is to add a student to a course in Xperiencify on Razorpay payment. So every time there's a successful payment on Razorpay payment, so automatically the student should be created to a particular course in Xperiencify. So I'm going to name it as add student to a course in Xperiencify on Razorpay payment. Let's click on create here. And here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens and action is do this. Basically, action here is the response of our trigger application. So here I am going to choose my first application as Razorpay. Why? Because every time there is a payment captured on this payment gateway, then only this workflow should run. So the trigger event here would be payment captured. This is the event that will make my workflow start. Now, here we have received a webhook URL. Basically, a webhook URL is going to act as a bridge for connecting Pabbly Connect and Razorpay so that Pabbly Connect can have the access to the information received through Razorpay payment captured. So now I'm going to copy this, and now to set up this connection, what do we have to do? We have to log into our Razorpay account and then we have to navigate to the webhook section under the settings. So I'm going to take you to my Razorpay account. Here I have already logged in. Now here you can see settings. Let's click on this. And now I'm going to go to webhooks. So as I'm here, go and click on add new webhook tab. Here I'm going to paste the webhook that we have just copied and now the active events. So it would be payment captured. Once done, let's click on create webhook. So here you can see that the webhook has been saved successfully. So if I take you back to Pabbly Connect, here it is asking that now log into the application where you have added the webhook URL and do a test submission so that the data can be recorded here in the webhook response. So basically now what do we have to do? We have to make a payment on Razorpay. So I'm going to go to Razorpay and here I'm going to take you to payment pages. Let's click on this. So here you can see online PHP course for beginners. So I'm going to go and copy this link, open it in a new tab over here. And this is my payment page. So now I'm going to select the product name. The price is 499 rupees. Let's say the name of the user is user1 test. And the email address here is user1 test@pabblytuts.com. Now the mobile number. Once done, here I also have to provide the country code. So I have done that. And I do not have a GST number, so I'm going to keep it blank. Let's click on pay. So once done, here it is asking me for the payment option, the mode. Let's click the card option. And here I'm going to fill in the card details. So once done, these are just the mock details that I have. Let's click on pay now. Now the OTP So once done, let's submit. So here we can see that this payment has been successful. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to see if we have received the response. And yes, here you can see that we have received the response of the payment just made. So the payment entity status is captured. As I take you down, this is the number, this is the name of the person, then we have the email address, this is the product name, method was card, then again this is the ID, entity ID. This is the email address, and again we have the card details and the phone number. Now here you can see that the amount that has been shown here, instead of 499, it is showing 49,900. Why? So there is a thing with Razorpay that it doesn't take the decimal point into consideration. So once this has been received, now my next objective is that every time there is a payment made through Razorpay, so there can be multiple payments for various courses. So I want that if for that particular course only the payment has been made, then only the student should be added in Xperiencify. So here I'm going to choose a feature by Pabbly, which is filter. And now here I'm going to select Razorpay. And here I'm going to select the name of my product here, which is, let me show you. So this is the name of my product, online PHP course for beginners. So I want that whenever a payment is made for this particular course, then only that person should be added as a student in Xperiencify. So here I'm going to take you down. So this basically, this is the product name, and now this should be equal to this. So basically I have put a filter, then whenever this course is there, then only the workflow should continue. Now let me click on save and send test request. So here it is a success. It is showing that the condition is true. Why? Because we have opted for the same course. So once this is done, now I can simply add a student to the course in Xperiencify. So I'm going to add another action step. This time the application would be Xperiencify. Let's click on this, and the action event here would be add student to a course, and let's click on connect. So here to set up this connection, because Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with Xperiencify account, and to set up this connection we need to click on add new connection, and here we need to provide the API key. How can we get this API key? So we have to go to our Xperiencify account, and from there we have to go to account and then advanced. So I have already logged into my Xperiencify account. So this is the dashboard of my Xperiencify account, and these are the multiple courses that I have already created. So once you add a student to the course, so you can find the students over here, and you can create your own course by clicking on this plus icon. I have created a course here, which is online PHP course for beginners. As I click on this, you will find all the details. Once you have added the course name, image and URL, you can set course payment options. Then you can add the content here, you can customize the pages, add the secret sauce. So once I click on this, so here you can see that it is saying that when user added to this course, so you can actually send an invitation mail. So if you toggle this towards the right, so it would be able to do that. I have toggled this so that, you know, the moment the student is added to this course, automatically with the details, a mail should be sent to my student. So I'm going to show it to you once our entire integration is complete. So once I'm here, I have to go to account, and once I'm here, I have to go to advanced, and then as I scroll down, this is my API key. So I'm going to quickly copy this, go back and paste it over here. Let's click on save to set up this connection. So once this is done, now here we are asked for the following information: email address, course ID, first name, last name, password. So first of all, we have to map this data. Mapping basically means that I already have received the email address in my previous step, and now I want to retrieve it here. And why do we map? Because if I write this email address manually, so next time when a new data would come, it would not inculcate that. It would only take the manual data, and my workflow would not run properly. So that is why I'm going to click on this. How do we map? I'll go to step 1, and here I'm going to look for the email address. So this is the email address. Let's click on this. And now the course ID. So to understand the course ID, I'm going to take you to Xperiencify. And now let me take you to the dashboard of this application. And this is the course for which I want the student to be registered. And if I go to step 1, so this is the name of my course. Okay, and this is the course home page. Now if you will see here, you can see a number 374579. This is my course ID. So I'm going to quickly copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect, and here I'm going to paste it, right? So once I have done that, now I need the first name and the last name, but I have received the name of my user as full name and it's not split basically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another action step over here, which is another feature by Pabbly. The name is text formatter. Let's click on this. Once done, the action event here would be to split text. Let's click on connect. Once done, so let's map the data. So what is the text to split? So if I take you here, this is the full name. So I want to split it. And once done, the separator. So whenever we have to separate, for example, here I have to separate user 1 and test. So it has been separated by this space. So how am I going to write it? I'm going to write it like double curly braces, then I would write space, and again I'll put double curly braces. Once done, I need both the values, right? So I'm going to select all here, click on save and send test request. Now here you can see that our data has been split and we have the first name and the last name. So now I'm going to go down, connect this once again using the existing connection. Go down the first name. So I'm going to go to step 3. This is my first name. Last name, again I'm going to go to step 3, and this is the last name. Now the password. So if I leave it blank, it will be auto generated. So I'm just going to leave it blank. Click on save and send test request. So here we have received the API response. This is the student's email, course ID, the password. It is saying that use your default password, then send email ID, and this is the magic link. So this is the magic link of the course. Now a mail is sent to the person. So now let me show you the mail that has been shared with the person. So here you can see this is the mail that has been shared with the person. Hi user 1, just wanted to take a moment to welcome you to online PHP course for beginners. I couldn't be happier you joined us, and I'm excited that you will be taking this journey with us. These are the login details. This is the secret magic link to log into your course is right here. The login page, the login ID, and the password, and the rest of the message. So this is the welcome email. Now let me take you to Xperiencify, and here I'm going to show you the student that has been just created here. So let me look for user 1, and here you can see that this is the user and the user has already been added. So this basically means that our integration process is a success, but we also need to check it in real time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Razorpay and I'm going to make another payment. So this is my Razorpay account. Let's go back here. I'm going to copy this, open it in a new tab over here, and here I'm going to select the same course. This time the full name is, okay, I've just chosen a different name. Email address is new student at pabblytudes.com, and then the WhatsApp number. So here is the WhatsApp number. Let's click on pay. So let's select the card, and here's the card details, then the CVV. Let's click on pay now, then the OTP, and click on submit. So once done, here we can see that the payment has been successful. What should happen now? So automatically this user should be created as a student in Xperiencify. Also he should receive this email. So now I'm going to take you to Xperiencify here, and let's look for the student that we have just created. So it is new student, and yes, here it is. So see, the student has been created, and this is the course, which is online PHP course for beginners. Now I'm going to the email address of the person, and here we can see that yes, we have received the mail. Hi new student, with the details of the account and the password, the login page, the secret magic link. This basically means that our entire integration process is a complete success. And now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand the entire process. So here our trigger application was Razorpay, and the event was payment captured. Once the payment details was received, then we had chosen another action, which was a feature by Pabbly filter here we had put a filter that this workflow will continue only if the payment has been made for this particular course. And then we had chosen our next action application as Xperiencify. The event was to add student to a course, and since we needed the name in first name and last name format, so we had chosen a feature by Pabbly which was text formatter, where we had split the data. I hope this is very much easy and you have understood this well. If you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow and it is there in the description box. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if there is any particular integration that you wish to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.